guys, Adam here. This is game number 15 here. We're back with more television. I have Josh.
Hello guys.
And tonight we're going to be playing Union Jack Television. Now, this is the launch sequence. You'll see me sometimes playing with the launch sequence. Maybe some of them don't like it, but I'm sorry if people don't like this intro. I'm very sorry.
60 seconds. Due to the electrical storm,
and I don't know if you're going to skip it. So, just ignore that.
And report any small fires. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah, hey contestants, in honor of it being Father's Day and all, we're actually giving away a prize to the winner of this game. The winner gets to
Wait, there's gonna be a
bottle of Old
prize
Spice
after
and
this game?
burritos. So, keep those fingers crossed when you're
I
playing.
think I'll win a bunch of
How many players do we
burritos.
have? Gotcha, one
Yeah,
player.
because
Go ahead and
today's
type in your
Father's
name.
Day.
I know.
Another thing, are you looking for a 7-question game or a 21-question game? Alrighty then.
30 seconds.
262 rack. You have the letter B as your buzzer. That's B as in Bridges of Madison County.
20 seconds.
right, so there was Patty Duke, and then who played the other one, her cousin?
All right, listen up. As soon as you think you know the answer to a question, buzz in. Then you have to hit the number that corresponds to the answer you want. You got that?
10 seconds.
Good luck.
9, 8, 7. All right, 6,
we're going. Lose the
5,
desktop.
4,
Okay, go to black.
3.
Day 15 is going on air.
With the National Water Council or the National Association for the Advancement of Water Vapor.
Now, the launch sequence is the CD version, not the Steam version. Remember, I'm playing this on a real CD, not Steam.
I've got your vast wasteland right here.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Well, I see you're playing You Don't Know Jack TV all by yourself. Well, don't be embarrassed. Laugh track will be provided. Looks like just the two of us today, huh? Great. Now I can say whatever I want to. Yeah, baby. Okay, come on, let's go.
It's the 50s. Fathers are not domestic engineers. Super Cooper's not a trooper. Or don't try this at home or you'll have to leave.
Question 1 is taped before a live studio audience.
Well, what do we have here? Don't try this at home, or you'll have to leave. You get this one right, you get 3,000 greenbacks. Uh-oh, looks like another show's producers have crossed the line again, except this time, it's not with the FCC, it's with Immigration and Naturalization Services. Since it has a premise which could get someone kicked out of the country, which series would most likely receive INS scrutiny? I married Joan, I married Dora, I had... Sorry, being divorced 3 times isn't yet
I could have
punishable by
said 4.
but there would be a hefty alimony payment involved. Let me give you an example.
What?
Here's the one you
I
didn't
think I
pick.
just fell.
I Married Dora. It's this 1980
Oh, I
show
didn't
about a
know
single
that.
father who illegally marries his Latin American housekeeper to save her from deportation. Gee, what a courageous act. A guy marries a woman to get free laundry. The premise men behaving badly could only dream about. Category,
Ricky
please.
Schroeder and the little person who swing with the enemy, or is it okay, Bayou?
Schroeder, not Schroeder.
Uh-oh.
That was
For
a
your
new
viewing
emanation.
pleasure,
That
Ricky
was new.
Schroeder and the little person.
That
To get
was
it
a
right,
new
I'm giving you
emanation.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Heads up, here it comes. If Tattoo from Fantasy Island were to sneak a ride on the small-scale toy found in the living room on silver spoons, what might he say? The plane, the plane, the crane, the crane, the train, the train, or the Great Dane, the Great Dane.
Oh!
I
Hey,
could
you
have
got a
said
minute?
3.
Take a look at this. The Strattons have a miniature train that weaves through the first floor of their house. Perfect for a tattoo joyride.
Look, boss, I'm moving. Whee! Oh, the pain. The pain.
Maybe
All
a
right,
paper
pick a
bag would
category.
work. You smell like a gin mill or cook's diapers.
This is question 3.
I believe believe this one is called Maybe a Paper Bag Would Work. You get it right, you get 2K. Get the
I
wax
think
out of
what
your
I
ears.
just heard
It's
was a
question
CBS
time.
reference.
Imagine that the main character from The Ugliest Girl in Town wants to undergo plastic surgery to become the prettiest girl in town. Which diagnosis will she most likely hear? We'll have to chop off that penis. We'll have to fix your ape-like body. We'll have to shave an inch off that nose. Or we'll have to poke out your third eye.
Not 4.
The Ugliest Girl in Town is about a guy who dresses up as a woman to get closer to his girlfriend.
Oh my god!
That
Which is
was
nice,
a
because
lucky
most men
guess.
try to hide that kind
I
of
was
behavior from their
thinking 1
girlfriends.
or 2, but it was a lucky.
Give me
What
a
about my
category.
kick? The truth is stranger than Jerry Springer, or a bird's the hand is a penny earned.
May I introduce The Truth is Stranger Than Jerry Springer. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Put your head between your knees, because we're going down. Because he was the city's real-life mayor when the show debuted, on which show should Jerry Springer have done a cameo? Miami Vice, Dallas, WKRP in Cincinnati, or LA Law?
Not gonna try it.
Why didn't you pick this one? WKRP
The only
in
crime
Cincinnati
scene that I-
premiered in 1978.
or crime
Jerry
show that I
Springer
watched
was
is Law and
Cincinnati's
Order
mayor from
on
77
TNT.
to 81. And get this, and I swear to you, I am not making this up. This guy was elected mayor after resigning from the city council for being caught paying a prostitute with a check. And I thought the show was stupid. All
By
right, I need a
sex,
category.
this sex product, sex. Jacksonian economics, or on the couch with couch potatoes.
I have to do this. Oh no. This is not gonna
And
be
our
good.
special guest tonight, by sex, this sex product sex. $2,000
no.
bucks for correct answer.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so the
This
title
might
character
be
from
bad.
Rhoda is not exactly known for her successes when it
Don't
comes
be
to
a
men,
sex
so
question.
maybe she needs some tips from her mother. Considering the actress who plays Rhoda's mother and the ad she's famous for appearing in, what might she advise Rhoda to do to improve her dating life? Don't squeeze the charmin.
I'm gonna say one.
Bounty. You're toast.
Okay.
You want to see what the
I
smart
could have
money
said
says?
2.
Nancy Walker, who played Rhoda's mother, is famous for playing Rosie in the Bounty commercials.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the first thing I want to know about a woman. What
That
kind of
one
paper
I knew.
towel she buys.
I don't know my.
Time to pick a
Stupid
category.
is as stupid does. The chicken or the egg, or they're all black and white on my TV set.
Yeah, way to choose that
Uh-oh.
category. You're about to take a bite out of a
This or that time.
And this this or that questions category is the chicken or the egg. Now, pay attention. I'm going to read off
I don't
7
watch many
pairs of
famous
TV
television
networks.
shows.
And for each pair, I want you to tell me which network came first. The one on the left or the one on the right. See? As each pair comes up, if the network that appears on the left came first, you press 1. If the one that appears on the right came first, you press 2. And slap 4 if you want to... All right, Charles in charge. You think you know the rules?
Wow.
I'm just going to put
This
30
is a
seconds on the
trick.
clock. Let's do it. Which came first, MTV or VH?
Oh. MTV.
ABC or CBS?
CBS.
CNN or C-SPAN?
CNN.
Cinemax or Showtime?
Cinemax.
USA or TNT?
USA.
Fox or TBS?
TBS.
Fuck,
Last
no.
one, B.
That.
That'd be 7. You got 5 out of 7. Are you happy with that? Let's look at your score.
Oh, okay. It was confusing.
All right,
It
how do you
wasn't
feel about a
confusing.
good
That was my
question?
fault.
Throw me a category.
Real woman TV that gives you that tingy feeling, or what did you mean by that?
Order.
Don't shoot. Got him out.
Tonight, savory.
I love you, question 7.
Shake hands with TV that gives you that tingly feeling. How does $2,000
That's like
sound?
my
Okay, you know how the
TV.
big thing now is that these companies are using classic TV in their advertising? Well, imagine this. Say a toothpaste maker wants to use the phrase, "Smiles everyone, smiles," for an ad campaign. Because this person regularly says it, which of these images might be used in an ad? Julie McCoy dribbling on her chin.
I'm not
Ruby
gonna
the Elf
try it.
hiding in a medicine cabinet. Mr. Rourke greeting dental patients, or Fonzie giving the toothpaste a thumbs up. Should have picked
I
this
could
one.
have said 4.
In the opening scenes of Fantasy
I knew you
Island,
were
Mr.
wrong.
Rourke always says to his staff, "Smiles, everyone, smiles." Yeah, Ricardo Montalban and smiles go hand in hand. I mean, try not smiling when saying rich Corinthian leather. See what I mean?
Saturday
Category, please.
morning and gloppy. If you think Vietnam was bad, or LP, IP freely.
We're calling this one, if you think Vietnam was bad. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Now you listen here. The late 60s were a very controversial time for television. Consider the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. It brought irreverent, even politically challenging humor to mass audiences between 1967 and 1969. The show featured performers like Pete Seeger and Joan Baez, who represented anti-war sentiments on the otherwise sanitized primetime schedule. After canceling the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, with which show did CBS replace it? Hee-haw! My Mother the Car, The Ugliest Girl in Town, or Me and the Chimp?
Okay, I'm not gonna guess that because I don't know my television history.
Okay, now here's a good answer. After yanking the Smothers Brothers off the air in 1969, CBS made the brilliant choice of replacing them with the biting social commentary of Hee-Haw. So now tell me, is it just me, or does LBJ look frighteningly like Junior Samples?
Crazier than Fox.
Category.
Barbara Walters is okay, or who's your daddy? Is he gone like me?
Today's specialties include Crazier Than Fox. You're looking at $3,000 on this one. Here's the question. Suppose you find a replay of the December 1980 Jets-Dolphins game, but NBC's original telecast seems very odd. Which would you most likely assume NBC had done? Tried an ill-fated 3D experiment, blown up the sun, created a floating camera, or fired all of its announcers?
I could have said 3.
This is way too hard.
I could have given you some cash if you picked this one. NBC broadcast that Jets-Dolphins game without any announcers. It was the greatest moment in the history of sports broadcasting.
That is crazy.
All right,
From the wrong
category.
side of the laugh track, gentlemen, choose your weapons, or the acting first lady.
Let's have a big warm welcome for From the Wrong Side of the Laugh Track. Let's see what you'll do for $1,000. All right, listen up. Let's say that on an episode of MASH, that eternal joker
we lost
Hawkeye
Josh.
gets one of those annoying little toys that laughs all the time. Because of the special
So I'm
policy
gonna have
about
to try
laugh
this.
tracks on MASH, into which part of the camp would Hawkeye not be allowed to bring his laughing toy? The chapel, the operating room, Colonel Potter's office, or the
Say
shower? In the shower? Come on, I always giggle and point in the shower. Does this ring a bell? If you listen carefully, you'll notice there's no laugh track in the operating room scenes in MASH, which just goes to prove the old saying, laugh and the world laughs with you. Laugh in the OR and you're a prick.
Alright then, so I'm gonna pause the recording and see if I can get Josh back. Hold on. Okay guys, since he's not gonna respond, I'm gonna keep playing, okay?
That does it for round 1. Let's move on to round 2. Now in round 2, every question is worth twice as much, so there's gonna be some big cash moving around. Let's get to it.
I'm gonna have to try this by myself, see if I can do it.
Time to pick a category.
11, come on, girl. Good question.
The category is, I want to be a bald millionaire. How does $4,000 grab you? So everyone wants to be like Mike, right? Well, suppose you want to be like TV's Dr. Mike. What do you aspire to be? A doctor on a cruise ship, a frontier woman doctor, a doctor living in Alaska, or a doctor working in a coroner's office?
I would never go for it. Not. I said not. Not take out the word not. I said go for it.
Let me show you what I would have picked. You want to be like Dr. Michaela
Okay, that was a
Mike
trick
Quinn,
question.
medicine woman. So for all you guys out there, just don't perform the
get to
sex
question
change
20, see if
operation
I can
on
get
yourself,
Josh back.
okay? Give me a category. This one's called I May Not Be a Jock, but I Play One on TV. If you know this one, you're getting 4,000 bucks. All right, I want you to concentrate and fill in the blank when you think you know the name of this TV show. It's a show that features a whole mess of celebrities. At one point, Howard Cosell was one of the hosts. All these celebrities competed in like different sports. The teams were divided by networks. What the heck was the name of that show? Why does everything have to be an uphill battle for you? Now, how could you possibly make Battle of the Network Stars any better? Well, 2 words. Live ammunition. Throw me a category.
13!
For your enjoyment, When Daves Cry. You want 6,000 bucks? Give me your right answer. Hey, you know that classic Roy Orbison song, Crying, in which Roy claims he's crying over you? Well, my friend, suppose they do a remake of Crying based on the famous telecast in which Today host Dave Garroway burst into tears on air. What might the song's lyrics be changed to? Crying over being called rude, crying over being replaced by Chancellor, crying over J. Fred Muggs, or crying over the 21 scandal. For the curious, here's the right answer. Dave Garroway cried when discussing the 21 scandal, which involved Today's Show regular contributor Charles Van Doren. Yeah, and the next thing you know, they're going to be changing another classic Orbison lyric to Pretty Woman, the kind Willard Scott would like to meet. Category, please.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh, fresh slut tits eyesore.
It's time for a bigger guesses.
Let's see if you can make some sense out of this gibberish category. Overheard in the Garden of Eden. The opening value of this gibberish question is going to be 10K. Okay, you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this thing, but every second and a half, I'm going to take some of that cash back. Okay, prick up your ears and tell me, what TV show does this phrase rhyme with? Grip easy. Eve, sit. You're hot. And try to ignore that punctuation. First clue, it features strange stories and people. Entertainment Tonight? It features strange stories and people and is hosted by Jack Palance. Or do you say Jack Palance? Last clue, don't you believe me? A dog that understands 5 languages, a Chinese monk who walked through walls, and a woman with no sense of smell. All this week on Grippies, the Eve Sit You're Hot.
Grippies, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's a pretty ballsy title, but not nearly as much as the original. Ripley's We Don't Give a Crap What You Think About It.
I thought Ripley was the host.
All right, pick a category.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the weird one.
All right, give it up for OICURMT. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. Ready? Catch this. Considering the infamous Dateline NBC scandal, what would have been the most appropriate title for the show that night? Dateline IRS, Dateline TNT, Dateline PCP, or Dateline WWF? To dramatize a story about dangerous fuel tanks on certain GM trucks, producers of Dateline NBC rigged an explosion to simulate a fiery crash.
Yeah!
The show wasn't canceled, but if it had been, I'm sure the producers could have found work with Dateline IRA. All right, I need a category. This category is known as Birds, Bees, and The Simpsons. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. All right, imagine this. On a very special episode of The Simpsons, Homer explains to Bart where he came from. What will Homer most likely say? The Funny Pages, boy. Public access, boy. Liquid television, boy. Or The Tracy Ullman Show, boy.
Let's say 2.
Public access television? Oh, come on. Now, see, finally I get to be the host, and then they let anyone play the game. What do you say we check out the right answer? The Simpsons started out as a weekly segment on the Tracy Ullman Show. Now me, my dad told me I came from my dream of Genie, and then he threw an empty beer bottle at my head. I love that man. Time to pick a category.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. You're beautiful.
Here we have epic poetry and graphic violence. This one can get you $6,000. Hey, did they make you read Beowulf in high school too? You remember that gory old poem about the guy named Beowulf who fights the monster named Grendel? You like how I did that without making you feel stupid? Suppose in Beowulf's further adventures he encounters Grendel from the 60s TV show of the same name. Considering who played Grendel, which of these might be part of the poem? Beowulf drowning Shirley Booth. Beowulf pulling Imogen Coca's arms off. Beowulf decapitating Dabney Coleman, or Beowulf hewing Ava Gabor in two. Well, that'll make an exciting story, won't it? Imogen Coca starred as Grendel, a hard-working office temp in the show Grendel. And you know, if Imogen Coca could handle working with Sid Caesar, then I think it's Beowulf who's in for the ass-kicking, not her. Give me a category. The category, a question with real appeal. 4K coming your way for a right answer. Eyes forward, we're going. Say you're a bad comedian, and rather than slipping on a banana peel during your act, you want to slip on an Emma peel instead. What will you need to do? Grease down a sexy British amateur spy. Squirt oil on a lovely Victorian matchmaker. Lube up an author of murder mysteries. Or rub lotion all over a frontier doctor.
I'm gonna be safe and go
so you don't lose any sleep over it. Emma Peel is the sexy amateur spy from the 1960s show The Avengers. Of course, if you try to slip on her, she'll break both your arms.
That was close.
Throw me a category. Open wide and get ready for See You in the Funny Papers. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Put it in gear, because here we go. Say there were a big barbecue for the annual comic strip characters reunion. Because his or her show was not based on a comic strip, which of the following would you not see? Dennis the Menace getting food poisoning. See, and then you wonder why I don't bring my friends over.
Wait, what?
The correct answer is...
It's Adam.
Since The Munsters is not based on a comic strip, Herman's not going to be invited to the party. Besides, after a couple of beers, I hear he turns into a real monster.
This should go 6th grade.
All right, pick a category.
Question 20 now concludes its broadcast day.
Coming at you, he's like something out of a fairy tale. $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, for this one you have to be thinking about Doogie Howser, although you probably were already. Considering the circumstances under which Vinny and Doogie get together every night, with which fabled maiden can Doogie best relate? Little Miss Muffet, Rapunzel, Cinderella, or Old Mother Hubbard? Vinny comes to Doogie's window every night, just like that prince with Rapunzel.
Yeah!
And Doogie let down his flowing girlish hair, and Vinny climbed up and said, "Hey, Duke," and then they kissed.
Alright then, I'm gonna get, let's see if I can get Josh back now. Hold on. Okay then, he didn't appear, so I'm gonna play the Jack Attack on myself now.
Category, please.
Here we go.
A little edgy, aren't we? I thought someone switched to decaf. Here, try this clue. Quit, you're killing me. I hope this doesn't hurt you too much. Bye-bye.
Name where she died. Okay, when she died. Name Name a death sequence that person died. Plane crash. Okay, my guess is plane crash. The sheer sewing accident. Susan. I don't know about that one. Killed by alien is my guess. Okay. I didn't need to. Okay. Okay, my guess is, where? Car accident. That's my guess. We'll never know about that one. Plane crash or... let's say plane crash. We'll never know about that one. Earthquake. Oh, we're not done yet. No, it's not earthquake. Man, this sucks. I don't know any of this. Went over myself. There it is. There it is. I sucked.
Nothing to write home about, but not too shabby. Let's see your score. There it is.
Okay. At least it's not a big total.
Damn, think about it, player. If you'd have gotten just one or two more questions right, I could still tell you that you stink, but you wouldn't have to agree with me. Oh, and while I'm pouring salt in the wound... You don't know Jack!
All right, that's one more in the can, folks. Hey, Raul, what's happening?
Oh yeah, I got the high score.
Top of the high scoreboard. Way to go, player. That's like the cherry on top of the sundae. You know, one of those cherries that taste like you're chewing on a rubber eraser. One of those gooped in syrup, plasticky tasting ones. You know what I mean. Hey, if you want to play another game, just let me know.
Choose from Suave Beer Guide. Smooth, refreshing,
Alright guys, so that's it.
auto sale.
With prices so low, the cars practically drive themselves off the lot.
Even feminine hygiene.
I feel fresh all over.
Order now and we'll...